Because you do have Valimaki just sitting there, but then you have the risk of putting another rookie in.
Yeah.
Like, do you change a winning lineup?
Yeah, you wouldn't change a winning lineup.
No.
I like to see Valimaki at some point during the playoffs. But I don't know if it'll be next game.
Yeah, I think you probably give Fantenberg a second chance. But if he struggles again, then you really got to think about it.
Oh, one more thing. We both saw Rick's spectacular glove save, and it looked like he pulled his groin pretty hard.
You mean Smith?
Sorry, Smith.
Yeah, in the third period.
Yeah. We both looked at each other and be like, uh-oh. It looked that way, but then nothing came of it afterwards.
Well, Eric Francis saw him walking out of the arena, so... No, but yeah, McKinnon came in and he ripped that shot low glove, and like Smith, he almost put his glove back in the net trying to get up, and the ref hadn't blown the whistle yet because I think his groin was about to snap, and he even kind of got up and did some. So he must be still struggling with that groin in some ways.
Oh, groin struggles never go away.
Yeah, I pulled my groin once.
Me too. I
enjoyed it, so I pulled it again.
Pulled it back in place.
Yeah. Yeah, so overall, if you're going to sort of grade the Flames, what do you think of their performance?
Solid B+. Maybe B.
Does this first game change your prediction or opinion of how the series should go? Like, what do you predict now for the future?
No, I predict more of the same. Good goaltending is going to get us through the playoffs, as of course everywhere. But it's really going to be Colorado's lack of depth that may lead to Flames' success first round.
So you think the whole key to this series is depth? Like, that's your number one on your board?
Yeah, having all 12 skaters, all 12 forwards playing hard every time. Colorado just won't be able to compete.
Yeah, the matchups.
Yeah.
And I thought Grubauer was quite good, though. I was impressed with how he played.
I thought so, too. He was holding them in for a while, making some big saves.
Yeah, it was definitely nothing he could have done on the goals. And
no.
Do you think we'll see him again next game? Or do you think they'll go to, who does they have, Varlamov?
I don't know. I haven't been watching too much of the Colorado goalies, but he played well. I would suspect he'd be back again next game.
Yeah, 31 shots against, so he got quite a bit of work. But yeah, I would tend to agree with you. For me, looking at, like, if I'm going to make a prediction off that game, I would say Flames in 6. And the reason is that Colorado looks dedicated to riding that top line.
Yeah.
And that's going to get you some wins in this series.
Yeah, I believe so too. I do believe Colorado. This is not going to be a 4-0 by any stretch. No. Colorado is a hard team, and they may win 1 or 2, but I think ultimately it's going to be Flames' victory. Yeah,
I think especially, like, even in this game, we saw Colorado kind of get tired in the third. And if they stick to this trend of overplaying their top players, imagine Game 5, Game 6, Game 7, where Flames, like we were pointing out, Monahan only played 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's definitely going to be, they'll have more energy as the series wears on.
Would you like to make a prediction about who else is going to break out on the Flames offense? Mangiapane showed he's ready to play.
Yeah.
You feel Sam Bennett's got something?
He's just not a goal scorer. That's my problem. I think if Sam Bennett breaks out, it'll be more like a Michael Ferland breakout where he's physical and noticeably dominating the boards, winning pucks. I just don't see him having the scoring touch to ever break out offensively. But
a real deal?
Yeah, I could see that more likely, him having...
Yeah, this is his time to shine.
Yeah, he is a playoff performer. Like, so far, how many goals did he get? 7 goals this year?
He scored like 3 in his last 9 games or something like that.
Yeah, but
so a little bit of a comeback.
I think he only finished the season with 7 goals, and we're paying him $6 million, so it's just under $1 million per goal. So, for sake of a good investment, I hope he has a good playoff.
More than Neil, I would like to see Monahan get going, because usually when he gets hot, he rides out some pretty strong playing.
Yeah, actually, that's a great point, especially because you can't really go that far in the playoffs without your top line.
No, you can't. But your top line gets heavily defended on.
It does, but you still need it to win you. Like, if you're in a series and you win 4 games, that top line usually has to contribute at least 2 of the wins. And they didn't. Like, they contributed tonight, but it was Tkachuk and the Ryan line that really, like, those 2 lines were the drivers. So you need that top line to bail you out sometimes.
All right. So we got a little bit of taste of Game 1's around. We've been speculating how we got a good feeling how this Flames matchup's going to go. Shall we look around the rest of the league?
Yeah, let's look at the rest of the series and see what's been happening.
We can start with the second most interesting game from Game 1, so was Columbus-Tampa Bay.
That was your second most interesting?
Wow. Basically, I found out the result, then had to go back and watch it just to see if it was true.
Okay, in that way, yeah. Columbus pulled off the
4 goals in 10, 13 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know what the timeline was, but at least 3 in the third. And
yeah.
They beat Tampa 4-3 in the first game of the series.
It was pretty fun to watch. Tampa was playing good, but Columbus just turned it around and wanted more. They were digging harder, and after each goal came, the team started playing stronger and stronger, and that's playoff hockey right there.
Well, you know what they say. 3-goal lead is the most dangerous lead in hockey.
I thought it was 2 goals.
Yeah, it's whatever lead you blow. But, obviously Tampa is the favorite. And they got off to a strong start, up 3-0, and maybe that kind of diminished their intensity.
Yeah.
But anytime you're playing a Tortorella team in the playoffs, it's a little bit scary because he knows how to get the guys to block shots, to dig in, and to kind of turn the game more into a dirt fight than a track meet.
Man, if Columbus makes this interesting, I mean, there's just more reasons to watch this series because immediately you think off as a write-off to Tampa Bay. Let's keep in mind, Columbus put a lot of assets towards their team for this playoff run.
Yeah, so they're all in.
They're all in. This is going to be interesting.
And Columbus, I don't see them as a team that can win the cup. But I do see them as a team that can put it all together for one series and be tough. I think they'll burn out in the second or third round if they do that. But I could see them being a tough out.
Yeah, okay, but if you're saying you see them as a second or third round, which means they eliminate Tampa Bay, which had the tie for the best regular seasons ever. So just that accomplishment would be amazing. It would help out whoever else wants to win the Stanley Cup tremendously.
I completely agree with you. It would be amazing.
Yeah.
But I just don't see them as a team. There's certain teams that can win a round, but they don't have what it takes to go all the way. And that's how I see Columbus.
I see Columbus as they won a game, but I don't see them going all the way in this first round. But they made it interesting, and I'll be excited to watch Game 2.
And the closer Torts gets to winning this series, the greater it will be if they blow it.
True. Pittsburgh Islanders, it was the only game that went to overtime. First round,
I think so.
I believe.
Yeah.
Islanders pulled it off. I watched the highlights. Yeah, pretty decent. It's a good series. I don't have a particular favorite of the two.
Well, Islanders, they got the 4-3 win in OT.
Yeah.
And I think Bailey hit the post with about 5 seconds left. And
Barzal hit the post and Bailey cleaned up.
Yeah, but Barzal in regulation, he hit the post with 5 seconds. And then I only saw the third period, and Pittsburgh, they got 41 shots on net. So Pittsburgh, they had a lot of chances, but a lot of it was zone play and outside shots, where it seemed when the Islanders came down, even though they had only 30 shots on Murray, their chances seemed more dangerous. They were off the rush in prime scoring condition or prime scoring position. So I was impressed by the Islanders.
Yeah. I mean, it's a bunch of younger, talented players versus a veteran team likes of Kessel, Malcolm, Crosby. Gensel's their young star, I guess.
Yeah, he's not really a star.
What? Gensel?
Oh, come
scored
on.
like 40 goals this season.
I don't know how many goals he got, but he's not scoring that without Crosby. He's a good player. He's not a star. Was he in the All-Star game?
No, he wasn't.
There you go.
Okay. All right, moving on. St. Louis won.
I just want to comment, interesting fact about that game is you have the two coaches who won the Stanley Cup the last 3 years. So the Pittsburgh coach won 2, Trotz won last year with Washington. So from a coaching perspective, it's like the two juggernauts.
Trotz, yeah. That's true. Interesting. We'll see how that one goes. Close game. I see that being a close matchup all the way through.
Yeah.
And moving on, St. Louis, Winnipeg. I watched the first 2 periods. I thought Winnipeg was playing pretty good. And then I found out St. Louis gets 2 in the third for the win.
Yeah.
St. Louis, like, they're a good team, but then they must have just turned up the switch. And, yeah. Binnington was the biggest thing from that game for me. From those first 2 periods, Laine scored. He's the only one to score for the Jets. And the rest was a Binnington show.
I only saw the third period, and it was a tight checking game.
Yeah.
It seemed like maybe Winnipeg got I don't know if it was bad breaks or they got a little too passive, but Bob McKenzie from TSN, he put a tweet out that said first to 2 wins. So I guess the feeling in that game was it was pretty tight checking, physical game, and not a track meet by any means.
No, it was physical. Those are 2 big teams. So that series is pretty fun there because it's just a different type of hockey.
If you're a Winnipeg fan or coach or player, what's your level of concern? Because they were not great to end the season. They struggled down the stretch, and now they're already down 1-0 and lost home ice advantage.
Yeah, their biggest issue was scoring. Laine hadn't gotten a goal in a while, but he was the only one scoring this game. So, I mean, Scheifele, Wheeler, heck of players. So, if they can solve the Binnington or Winnington, I got that from on the fly.
It's a good nickname.
If they can solve them, they should take it. But St. Louis should not be written off. Strong team who's playing very strong in the second half of the season through the playoffs.
And another question that kind of hangs in the air, it's more rhetorical, I guess, but it's, will Binnington ever look like a rookie? Because he's just been winning. And he did not look like the playoffs affected him.
It's too late for that. He's already established himself as a starting goalie in his rookie season.
True, but a lot of guys have great seasons, and then as the pressure mounts and the situation gets bigger, they look like rookies.
He looked cool as ice.
Yes, I agree he did, but that's the question is, will he ever look like a rookie, or is he one of those rare cases that it just things don't affect him in the same way? Me.
I think he's a rare case. I think this guy's got some future on him.
Yeah, we'll see. I was a big fan of Brodeur because he kind of, in his rookie season, he came out of not nowhere, but he took over the number 1 job, got the Devils to the conference finals, lost in Game 7 overtime, and his whole career he never seemed to let pressure affect him. Like even when he had sex with his wife's sister and opposition fans were holding up signs commenting on that, he still won the Stanley Cup. So if you can play through that, you can play through anything, and we'll see if Binnington has that same mental strength.
You think he does?
I haven't watched him enough. I've actually only seen
the real deal.
I've only seen one period, so